This is episode number 50 of Two Grown-Ups and a Mouse. In today's episode, we will be talking about the Cape May Cafe at Disney's Boardwalk Resort, specifically their breakfast bash.
Everything Disney, in and out of the house. Two grown-ups and a mouse.
Hi there, I'm AJ.
I'm Andrew.
And you are listening to Two Grown-Ups and a Mouse.
The podcast.
Yes. And if you're watching us, then you're watching the video cast.
Right.
On YouTube. You can find us at twogrownupsandamouse.com or on social media, Two Grown-Ups and a Mouse, pretty much everywhere.
That's right. Please rate, subscribe, review.
Yeah. Well, if you are watching us, you'll see I have on a Dumbo t-shirt today. I was looking for something a little red, white, and blue because we are right around the corner from 4th of July. So happy Independence Day.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if anyone watching noticed that I do try and change in front of me. Each episode, have a little part of our Disney collections. So I said, I'm wearing Dumbo. I'll put out Dumbo. And you know what we found out?
You keep change in front of you?
Uh-huh. Do you know what we found out? You do know because you saw it.
What?
Dumbo can fly.
He can.
Have a snow globe in front of me with a Dumbo on it. Well, Dumbo's no longer attached. Oops.
Well, he went flying.
Yeah, he did. He went flying.
Because you were trying to shake it.
I was trying to make it snow, like the snow globes do.
Make it rain?
No, make it snow. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the video, but I believe I got this at the Disney outlet for about $12.99, so I'm not that upset.
Well, that and it's magnificently old.
No, this one's not.
Well, here, we'll put Dumbo to the side.
You don't want to break my Dumbo?
60 years of magic. Disneyland.
Yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
Wow. That was expensive when it was original.
$45.
$46.95.
Yeah, I didn't pay $46.95 for a small snow globe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was $12.99.
I'm sure at the outlet.
$7.99, $12.99.
Usually gave good discounts.
Right. Plus, I haven't been to Disneyland since 2011.
Right.
So anyway, today we're going to talk about Cape May Cafe. It's a Disney Boardwalk Resort, which is a Disney Vacation Club resort.
It is.
But you do not have to be a Vacation Club member in order to stay there. You can either book directly with the resort, go online to waltdisneyworld.com, or you can rent out points, which we are not sponsoring any specific point renter, but there are a few out there. You need to look at the ratings for each of them. Some of them are more popular than others.
If you do a Google search for renting or buying or whatever points, not buying DVC resale, but buying points for a stay.
Correct. And we've had friends that have done it and they had a great experience. So, but again, you could just book directly with Walt Disney World. That's not an issue. So at the Cape May Cafe, they have two meals. They have breakfast, which they call brunch, and that is a character breakfast. It's character dining, or they have a dinner, which is not character dining. So we recently went to the character breakfast. It's called Minnie's Beach Bash Breakfast, even though on the website it calls it brunch. The menu, they say brunch, but okay. A little description from the website. Minnie and some of her friends have gathered at the Cape May Cafe to start the day with a beach bash breakfast. They are all dressed up in their beachy best, and you are invited to join the fun. Create unforgettable memories, get autographs and photos, and enjoy menu offerings including Mickey waffles, scrambled eggs, seasoned potatoes, sausage, oatmeal, and more. Please note, Disney characters join guests for breakfast only. Character appearances are subject to change. Yeah, I can talk. So we saw Donald, Goofy, Minnie, and Mickey.
Daisy.
Oh, it was Daisy. It wasn't Mickey. Yeah.
Did we see Mickey? I don't even remember now.
No, I think you might be right. I
know we saw Daisy. I don't remember if we saw Mickey.
Then it wasn't Mickey. Yeah. No, because it was Donald, because it was just his birthday.
Right.
And in fact, they one of the things that they serve are Mickey waffles, but because Donald's birthday was June 9th, they added Donald Waffles.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they do that in any of the other resorts that offer breakfast.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we haven't been.
So it's a buffet,
Yep.
which I really like buffets for breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the character meals, the dining I don't want to be too negative, but subpar for the amount of money you spend
Right.
for some of the dinners that are characters. So a lot of our friends that enjoy character dining often prefer to do the breakfast because it's harder to mess up.
Yeah, well, that's probably a good way to put that.
It's not impossible to mess up, but it's a little bit more difficult.
Right.
So they have some sliced meats. They have assorted fruits and yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
Breakfast breads, as I already said, Mickey waffles, and now the addition of Donald waffles. There's a selection of cheeses, cereals and grains, fresh baked pastries, and a selection of breakfast favorites. So I'm guessing that was them describing bacon and eggs. And one of my favorites, sliced Nova with cream cheese and bagels. That's pretty expensive.
Yep.
Sliced Nova is. So I'm always really happy when they have sliced Nova on the buffets at Disney, because I definitely get my money's worth right there. I think I had 2 bagels with sliced Nova. The bagels weren't small, but they weren't huge either. They weren't,
Right.
like if you went to Einstein's or, one of the bagel, I was going to say Offerdals, but only people in South Florida would know what that is.
Right. Right. It's about the size. It's probably about the same size as like a store-bought frozen bagel,
Like a Thomas's or a Lender's bagel. So
Right.
I had 2 of them because I wanted the Nova. So that's one of my favorites. And also my other favorite, do you remember? Graham too.
Fruit Loops.
Yep. We don't buy cereal in the house very often.
Mm-hmm.
Never buy Fruit Loops in the house.
Right.
But when we go to the buffets and they have Fruit Loops, I enjoy my Fruit Loops
Hey. Special treat.
because I'm fruity.
Or loopy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There's a variety of beverage selections. Most of them are included with your meal. I didn't look at the receipt. They were included, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the way the breakfast works is I think you get like a juice and a coffee along with the buffet. I don't remember.
It didn't really say it on the menu. I looked at the menu and I looked online and it didn't specify.
Right.
But and soda. They didn't charge you for your soda.
Right, but I didn't have a juice I didn't have coffee. So, I mean, I don't remember what's happened when we've had all 3.
Right.
So
So they have sodas, teas, and coffees, but they also have specialty coffees, which are an extra fee.
Right.
On the menu, they showed French roast or shaken Jamaican cold brew, cafe mocha, cafe au latte. No, that's not cafe. That's not latte. Cafe au latte? I don't know how to pronounce that. French press coffee, Kahlua and coffee. Yes, they serve alcohol at breakfast.
And
Cappuccino and espresso.
Mm-hmm.
But, she said, does anybody want coffee? And our server never even mentioned did you want the French press coffee? Or, she didn't ask us if we wanted any of that.
Yeah, that was weird because I didn't even know they had. Right.
And I'm not upset by it because, we had a great experience, but it's just kind of unusual that she didn't even offer it to us.
Well, they didn't mention the booze either.
Exactly. And they have a lot of those. Well, they have 4, but they have a substantial, more than just one. They have a Soleil Classic Mimosa, which if you do not know what a mimosa is, that's champagne and orange juice. And that they sell by the glass or the bottle,
Right.
which is kind of weird. Well, I guess they just give you the bottle of champagne and what's the word?
Orange juice?
No, the holder for the orange juice.
A bottle?
No, there's a word for it. Carafe. The carafe of orange juice.
A cafe of orange juice.
Carafe. $10 glass or $45 bottle. Mm-hmm. They have a traditional Bloody Mary, which I don't know what the ingredients in a Bloody Mary are except for tomato juice.
The easiest way, because it's a bunch of spices, the cheap and easy way to make one is a V8 and vodka.
That works.
So, but it's basically, it's tomato juice and a bunch of,
We don't know if that's what they do. We're just saying they have.
I'm sure they don't. I'm sure they make it the traditional way.
Right. Well, It says traditional Bloody Mary.
Yeah.
They also have It's a Sure Thing sparkling wine with mango popping boba. That's $11. The traditional Bloody Mary is $11.25.
It's a mimosa with mango juice instead of orange juice.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the boba are those little tea bubble balls, I think. I think
you're right.
Yeah. When I saw boba, that I know I've read like boba tea balls or whatever. And Cape May Cafe Sunrise, which is Kettle One vodka with orange juice, and that's $10.75. So the prices on the alcohol for Disney prices aren't horrible.
Well, it's just normal. It's just Disney alcohol prices. So
I mean, actually, it's a little bit less expensive because we've paid $14 to $16 for some of the specialty drinks.
Right. Well, but I mean, they're only when you buy a bottle, it's only $45, so you're not getting top shelf champagne. So
well, the vodka
they actually call it sparkling wine.
Right.
You're not even getting champagne. So
Kettle One vodka it isn't. Well,
it's mid shelf.
Yeah. No, but right, but it's not bottom shelf.
No,
it's not generic. They do accept Tables in Wonderland, which is nice. So. And they do accept other dining plans, but I'm not sure how many credits it is. I'm not even sure how the credits work anymore because we haven't used the dining plan in a long time. But they do accept it. So, do double check.
Right.
If you are planning on using a dining plan, always double check before you go and dine somewhere. Mm-hmm. And something that they've been doing a lot of lately, more and more, they're really upping their social media game. You may notice when you go to the parks, the Walt Disney World or Disneyland, that they have like the colored walls, the purple wall, meet me at the purple wall. They sold a baseball cap that says meet me at the purple wall. Yep. So they realize how important social media is to everyone. And so they really get involved in, they post multiple times a day to social media. They repost other people's pictures with permission. So they're, and this is Walt Disney in general. So, or Disney in general, because it's not just Walt Disney World, it's Disneyland, it's Disney Cruise Lines. All of them are really upping their social media game. So we were at Cape May Cafe, and while we were waiting to dine, or actually I think we we went and did this after we dined, in the lobby of the hotel, right near the entrance to breakfast, they had a social media frame.
Yep.
That said Cape May Cafe, right? It didn't say Boardwalk. It said Cape May Cafe.
Well, I think it had both, but yeah.
So if you go to the Boardwalk, if you go inside there, make sure you look for the social media frame and go ahead and take a picture. They did not have a PhotoPass photographer around.
No.
But you could probably find a cast member that would assist you if a passerby doesn't want to do that for you. Yep. And we've seen those social media frames at a couple of locations. Yep. I mean, when we've had the PhotoPass photographers, they have more social media frames available in addition to the magic shots.
Right. Well, I think the other reason is, well, it's just outside. If they put one at every restaurant, it'd be kind of a lot of people. But because they want you to post it right away, I mean, most of the time, PhotoPass gets processed relatively quickly, but it still might be an hour or two sometimes. So could they want people to post a picture right away, but now you'd have to open the app, get your picture, download the picture, and then post it, and then most people aren't going to do that. So,
well, it was funny. I was on Facebook a day or two after we went, and one of the women in one of the Facebook groups I'm in, yes, it's a Disney Purse group. Just saying.
No comment.
Yeah. So she posted a picture of herself and her husband holding the social media frame and said that she had dinner there on Sunday for her anniversary. Mm-hmm. And I said, we were there in the morning.
Yeah, that's true.
We had breakfast there. Yep. Are we forgetting anything?
Well, I mean, they do some special events. So they if you go on the website, you can see that they do a Mother's Day brunch.
What are their normal hours?
The normal hours are 7:30 to 11.
Okay.
And then 5 o'clock on 7:30 to 11, and then 5 to 9 for dinner. So they don't do a lunch. And despite the fact they call it the breakfast brunch, they're not really open for brunch. So,
right. Usually brunch runs a little later than that.
So it's just just that. But then the Mother's Day brunch is 11:30 to 2. It'll be a special, it's only on Mother's Day, maybe the day before, day after kind of thing, but it's really only that.
I bet you could use that as a place to get married at.
Yeah, the boardwalk, the yacht club and the beach club are both part of that, because a lot of people get married on the boardwalk somewhere.
Right, and then you could do your reception. I mean, this is AJ and Andrew guessing. But it's a pretty educated guess. So,
well, I don't know. Yeah, you might be able to do it in the middle of the day.
Who knows how expensive it is? Right, that might be why they don't do.
That was, when we would watch that TV show about the Disney weddings, and we always, I mean, obviously they're beautiful and heart-stoppingly expensive, but the other part that they don't really say it. They're not really hiding it either, but they're doing a lot of those events at off hours,
like 4 a.m. off hours, and
right.
We're not exaggerating, because
if you want to get married in front of the castle, they're not closing the park for you, and you're not getting married in front of a crowd. They're not going to do that. So you're getting married at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, they're really off hours.
Right.
We watched the previous version. The most recent one had Allison Hawker and Stephen Boss, or Twitch.
Right.
They were both on So You Think You Can Dance. They met there. They ended up getting married, and they're a really cute couple. And that, if you look that up online, it's a really great show to watch. There aren't too many episodes. Actually, were they over the summer? Maybe they'll have some new ones coming out soon. And so you could get married all over the place, or renew your vows, or you could do a surprise engagement. We saw a surprise engagement at Animal Kingdom. There was a wedding in Epcot.
They go elaborate too. I mean, the surprise engagement was they staged it as a mock film crew, just doing surveying kind of thing. So
right, and they do all different sizes. I think the minimum was like 6 or 10 people.
Yeah,
and the maximum, they can definitely hold a lot, but
you can go.
It can get expensive. But like I said, so that's why I'm saying the educated guess. I would not be surprised if that might be why they're not open for lunch, because that's a great venue for dining at for a reception, be it a wedding or a special occasion or whatever the case may be. You might be able to rent that out. So that's something that you might want to look into if you're going to get married or have a big occasion at Walt Disney. You might want to look and see, because it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It was really, really pretty over there.
That's the other thing, is that just because you're doing maybe you're having a family reunion or something, you don't necessarily have to call the wedding pavilion people. You can just call their normal group services. Most of the time they're dealing with a company that's doing an event or a conference or something like that. But you could call up and say, 50 of my relatives are coming down. Let's do something special. And, they'll work with you. Well,
next time we go there, that we're in the area, we'll have to kind of look at like lunchtime and see if the restaurant's empty or if there's people in it.
That's so hit or miss. But yeah, I mean, we can look.
Because also Ale and Compass in Yacht Club also I don't think is open for lunch.
No, I don't think so.
Because we've passed by there before. And
a lot of restaurants might not be in the hotels just because it's just not that busy, right?
Right, and they do have the quick service, which are typically open breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so they have plenty of options for you. Yeah. But we really enjoyed our breakfast. I think we've said this before. We're not very big on character breakfasts. I mean, they make for great pictures, so it's a really enjoyable experience. But because we have no children, we don't rush to get there, to do that. But whenever our friends come to town, we do like to go to the character breakfast with them, because it's more enjoyable for us to do it in a group as opposed to just the two of us going. But that's just our choice. We don't judge. If you and your significant other are adults and you want to go do a character breakfast, trust me, there are plenty of adults that just go, just Absolutely. The two of them. So, I mean, it's Disney. You're supposed to be a kid.
There's a bunch of them there. So,
oh yeah.
Don't feel bad or think you're going to be the only one.
Oh my goodness. No, far from it. Yeah. So on that note, we're speaking about food.
Yep.
And we're recording it in the evening.
That's right.
And I have not had dinner yet. I think this is shocking.
Well,
not really. So on that note, just a reminder to please rate and review. Tell your friends, tell your family. Again, twogrownupsandamouse.com is our website, or social media, all of them, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Two Grownups and a Mouse. We try and make it easy. YouTube, Two Grownups and a Mouse. And on that note, I am going to say thank you and good night.
Or good morning.
Well, I could say good morning, but I didn't because I said good night. I could say good afternoon.
Good evening.
Or just goodbye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.